Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Let's Play Imperium Galactica. Today we're going to equip our fleet up to the maximum capacity, at least for what we can do right now. So let's start off with shields. We might need to produce some more. Yep, one more shield, but that's okay. Two more shields actually. That's okay. We're gonna upgrade our lasers as well to the maximum amount of lasers that we can get. Okay, now let's make that simple to count. We've got 13 ships times three lasers. It means we need 39 more lasers. That's that settled. And we need one more light shield. Alright. So, let's continue. This journey to the stars. Oh yeah, and hunger's rampant on Naxos, so we probably should build something that is increasing their food rate for the moment. Hydroponics, for example, would be a good start. And also they will need some housing soon anyway, so let's build a house.
Items produced.
Okay, light shield is done. Oh, come on, you need energy too? Okay. Well, we're gonna wait for a fusion plant this time around.
Buildings.
Alright, fusion plant time. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show you the fusion plant on the ice planet, which is in Sterling. Because you can see that if we compare the nuclear power plant output of 5,900 to the fusion plant output of, okay, 16,000 is not that much as I would expected, but most of the time you can replace at least 2 to 3 nuclear power plants with one fusion plant. In this case, the 8,000 one is pretty darn good, but normally you'll end up around 4,000 to 5,000 energy. So you can replace them accordingly. Let's see, do we need actually any more living space somewhere? Nope, we don't. So we're good with that right now.
Inventions.
Let's have a look at production capabilities. That is good because we do not have enough energy on the other planet. Let's continue building lasers. Need one more weapons factory after this one, so we can produce the maximum output of lasers and weapons in general, which will be on a planet I don't know about yet. So let's pause.
Star map.
Go back to the star map and see where we actually need to build our weapons factory. It is here on, I suppose that is New Caroline. It is. Good. Do we actually have enough energy? Yes, we do. Great. Do we have enough energy on every planet to support? Yes. We're building a fusion plant here. So maybe we can see the out. Okay, 11,000 is really bad for a fusion plant, actually.
Buildings.
But the reason I was doing that was because I wanted to build bars on these planets to increase morale. It's not much, really. It's not increasing the morale by much, but it's better than nothing. And besides, the higher the morale, the more taxes I can raise later on, which is actually what I want to do. So let's continue this. Let's have a bar here. And now we can build on every other planet a bar as well. So we now should have 4 bars.
Buildings.
No, no, that's good. We
Colony.
don't have one here yet. Absolutely fine. And I thought I'd build 2 on one planet. That would be pretty hilarious. For a time trying to build it on everyone at least.
Colony information.
So,
Buildings.
bar is good. Yep, bar is good. Okay, so we've built all that we need. We can build military spaceports on all planets because they cost 75,000.
Colony.
But we don't
Production.
really need
Equipment.
that much of morale boosting structures anywhere. So, at least not the big ones, and we don't need spaceports on every planet either right now. Right, let's add these laser weapons to every ship. And we produce too many, I think. And we need one more shield. Huh.
Production.
Kind of forgot about that. And we need one radar array as well for the cruiser.
Items produced.
And we are donesies.
Items produced.
Good.
Equipment.
Now let's add this radar array to our cruiser. And also get this last shield onto our ships. And cycle through them just to be sure that we've added the maximum of lasers that we need. That's looking good.
Star map.
Alright. Let's have a look at our planets right now.
Colony. Colony
And check on them.
information.
That's looking good. We can probably add the required buildings, hydroponics, and the living space thingy, the
Buildings.
prefab housing
Colony.
here as well, again. So we have maximum amount of what we
Colony
need
information.
for the time being. Same here.
Buildings. Colony.
So we don't need to build them later on, but we might have to
Incoming
reduce.
message.
Well, stop. Hydroponics actually doesn't cost that much, which is good.
Colony information.
Right, so how about
Buildings.
Achilles?
Colony.
Just do the normal stuff and build, build, build.
Colony information.
Until 21,000 people, they
Buildings.
should be good now.
Colony information.
So these guys are neutral. Those are neutral. Those back me up. Those are neutral. And those are happy with me, so I'm gonna raise taxes to high here. And for some reason there was another message. Oh yeah, now there's a battle coming, and one heck of a one.
Captain, we are in trouble. The prototype of our newly developed cruiser has been stolen by the Garthogs. Reconnaissance believes that they will be passing through your sector. They must not get that prototype. You must succeed. Your career may depend upon this.
Yep, and he's no guy to mince words,
Star
because
map.
that will really maybe the start or the end of our career. Now let's have that video sequence.
Garthog pilot, you are in possession of stolen property. Surrender immediately or be destroyed. You will receive no further warnings.
Well, he doesn't care a bit, it seems. By the way, new prototype, still the old bridge. Yay for innovation. Right, so now this prototype fleet is appearing here. So what I want you to know is that this can happen around mid-October to about end October, depending on how you deal with the virus infections and all that good stuff. So Now we're just waiting for the prototype to arrive here. We're not going to move out, we're just going to wait and sit here and wait for that fleet to come. The fleet consists of 2 destroyers, a few fighters and 2 flagships, which will pose the main problem here. The 2 flagships are going to rip through our fleet if you don't have enough ships. We do have enough ships, so that shouldn't be much of a problem, but still, this is going to be a very big problem if you do not have a big fleet. So you should be careful about what you do. By the way, this fleet here on the right hand side, you can ignore that for now. It's just gonna go back and forth between Garthog 1 and Garthog 4. It's not gonna do a big deal for us. So once I have enough cash, which will be now,
Colony.
I will see if I need
Colony
anything on these
information.
planets which I can actually
Buildings.
use right now. We could build recreation centers. That would be one possibility.
Colony
We have enough
information.
energy, or should have
Buildings.
anyway.
Colony.
So let's do that. Recreation centers are another way of increasing morale on your worlds. Ooh, we can do it here. Good.
Colony information.
Now I do want
Buildings.
to see where there actually is already one, because
Colony.
I know one planet already has one. I don't want to build a second one here.
Colony information. Buildings.
Those
Colony.
people do need one. Bam.
Colony information.
Oh, we need... Do we need... No, we don't need energy. Great.
Buildings.
Nonetheless, we can't build a
Colony.
fusion plant here. Gonna build a nuclear plant anyway, because we will
Buildings.
need it at some point. Okay, we've got one here.
Colony.
Nope. No, we don't have one here.
Colony information.
Alright, so we now
Buildings.
should have 5 in total. We don't need parks, really. That would be a waste of money right now.
Star map.
But now, the big fight is going to happen.
Equipment.
And I'm pretty sure I'll probably
Production.
some destroyers. So let's produce 2 of them. Why do we have less production
Colony.
than we should
Colony
have?
information.
I'm not entirely sure. Do we actually have... Oh, we have less power in the Caroline.
Colony.
How did that turn out?
Buildings.
We don't have a fusion plant, that's right, but I thought we
Colony.
actually have solved the energy problems on every planet. Well, no matter. We're going to build a nuclear... we're going to build a fusion plant
Star map.
on the next day. So, just gonna let this prototype come up. And actually, I'm going to save before we engage it. Just to show you... You need to save before you engage that. Or you should. And there we go. Fight. Right, so we're fighting in planetary space. Which is not that bad, really. We want our fighters in the back if we can. Well, no tactics really going to go that way. But this way is actually the best possible you can have. Because you want all your destroyers up front to deal maximum amount of damage as best as you can. And then we'll talk to the Garthog and say, hey boys, you might want to retreat. Earthling, nope. And again, we're teaching them dance. At some point, I think they actually know already how to do this, but... Hey, we're humans, so let's move out. Right, they're scrambling a little bit now, but... I'm gonna get them here. Gonna move these 3 a little bit closer, so these ships can join into the fight. If we can get that right. Yeah, we'll lose some of our destroyers, but that's absolutely okay. I mean, we've got a big fleet anyway, probably okay right now to lose some ships. Let's move closer. Destroy this fighter here. And shoot this destroyer with our guns and lasers. You could possibly destroy this prototype first, but we're not going to, because we are the big bad United Nations fleet. We're going to destroy the big ships on all the rest of them. Actually, they don't try to run away. The prototype does try to, at least it seems. But we want to kill all their ships. We're not going to let Earth down. There goes the ship. And now just kill the fighters. And we're done. So how many destroyers did we lose? 6! Well, that's okay. And we get promoted to Commander! Yay!
Message on the bridge.
And directly get taken to the bridge.
I must congratulate you on your success. Command appreciates the job you've done. And I've some good news for you. I'll fill you in at the briefing. Why don't you meet me at Scorpion 4?
And we shall return to Scorpion 4. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to switch cities. Right, that should be it. Hopefully this works. Because I'm not sure if DOSBox actually recognizes the changed CD. Does it? Yes, it does.
This is Scorpion 4, requesting identification. This is Transport 67, Captain Dante speaking. Registration code AK470829. Your destination? I'm going to debrief Colonel Douglas. Code clear. Prepare to land in dock 228, level 23. Welcome to Scorpion 4, sir.
Commander Hicks, report to room 5. Commander Hicks, report to room 5. Technical Assistant Hudson, please go to block number 4. Technicians report to Deputy Officer Myron. Technicians report to Deputy Officer Myron. Engineer Banner, please report to Drive Subassembly 3. The cooler systems have malfunctioned. Engineer Banner to Drive Subassembly 3. Captain Dante, report to Center 2 for debriefing. Captain Dante, report to Center 2 for debriefing.
Welcome, Dante. Allow me to introduce the rest of the War Council to you. Professor Sakai Keiko. She's a geneticist specializing in alien races. You know McLaughlin, our chief diplomat. Kiriam Durham, our leading military advisor.
This is your new command. You will be responsible for the administration of all colonies in your sector. Your mission is to stop the Garthog encroachment on our space. Their expansions threaten the stability of our empire. Your new command is a Mammoth-class flagship. You have also been put in charge of research and development for the colonies. The size and composition of your fleet will now be entirely up to you.
Bridge.
And we have a new bridge now as well, of course. So, before going into too much detail, I'm just going to tell you that the research part of Imperium Galactica was one of my favorite ones. So, I will be doing a little bit of show the research screen and so on in the next video. Basically, what I want to do right now is just to show you the new star map. So this is the maximum of what we have right now. We have these 5 planets that we had previously anyway. We now have Zuzon, a planet to the left hand side as well, so we get some more income from that one. And we also have a few more planets that we can view, which is namely Garthog 1, Garthog 2, Garthog 3, Garthog 4 and Garthog 5. Now what we can do, for example, just to make this quick and dirty, is we could add a satellite to a non-civilized planet. Like you can see those with names on it, and you can read those we have already seen aliens on, already not being able to be colonized by us later on. However, this, for example, Center 12 and also Center 16, which I'm going to place a satellite on, are entirely without population. So let's see how that's going to work out. And that was actually about it. So you now can see on the left bottom corner, empty, life supporting on frozen planet. Same here. If you click on it, for example,
Colony.
you will see nothing because you have to deploy a satellite to view planet surface.
Star map.
You don't know what this planet is,
Colony.
but you can know what this planet is. And you can see there are lots of spikes on it. Every planet is actually the same size, so there's not really much of size-wise that you can choose, but the planets just have different surfaces, and these frozen ones normally aren't that great. Best of them is actually deserts, like Achilles,
Colony.
because you have lots of space, you do not have any rocks that tend to overgrow anything from your buildings and so on. So yeah, if you can, do that on desert planets.
Star map.
So I'm going to move my fleet, which actually consists now of another flagship here, juicy flagship, which has 2 lasers. Oh, I'm not close to a planet, okay. Laser weapons, bombs, missiles, guns, a radar array, in theory a cargo pod that we need to research, light shields, or shield in general, because you can unequip it and re-equip it with a different shield, and hyperdrives. Also 4 light tanks, because flagships are the only ships that can carry vehicles on their own.
Star map.
Now, I'm going to save, and when we come back, folks, we'll be dealing with the Garthog threat. So, see you then, folks.